What is up, ladies and gentlemen? If you're watching this video on the day that I uploaded it to YouTube, tomorrow is the World Cup. So y'all see what it is. Y'all see what it is. I got one of the best jerseys in the whole World Cup on right now, including a mask. This tiny ass mask that's suffocating me right now. Holy fuck. But today it is only right for us to do the what's it called? Damn, phone don't even recognize me. The FIFA World Cup bracket thing. I'm gonna be screen recording from my phone and putting it right here. That's why I'm so much to the side. And I'm gonna give my honest predictions. Light little video today, but it was a must do. It was a must do. I know I'm wearing the Mexico jersey, but I promise I'm gonna be completely unbiased and go off of my knowledge of soccer. Alright, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Let me get my little soccer ball for good luck. Type shit. My fault. Alright, so for Group A, we got Mexico, South Africa, Korea, and Czech. Honestly, no bias shit. Mexico's gonna get first place. Come on, bro. We're home crowd, home soil. We've actually, like, no bullshit, bro. Mexico pisses me off. Mexico pisses me off because how are you gonna tell me we have... How many people are in Mexico here? La población que hay en Mexico, it's a lot. It's a lot. We have a big population of people, and you're telling me we can't get 11 plus decent motherfuckers to play soccer? And soccer's are like what? I'm not saying we're the best in soccer. Like, we're better in boxing. We're better in fucking, like, the most random shit we're better at, bro. We're better in boxing. We're better at the bow and arrow shit. If y'all watch the Olympics, we're good at karate. But soccer, like, if you think of Mexico, you think about soccer, bro. So, like, what are you telling me we can't get 11 plus guys to be good at kicking the ball, at passing the ball, at scoring goals? But recently, we've actually been doing pretty decent. We're in June. The World Cup starts tomorrow. And Mexico hasn't lost all of 2026. And I think the last few games of 2025. Out of all those games, I'm pretty sure they only got scored on once in their last game. I don't remember who they versed. It was a European side. And they ended up winning 5-1. And that was the only team out of 2026 that scored on them, and it was only one goal. So we've been keeping a clean sheet. We're undefeated in all of 2026. And the grupo que nos tocó is very... I wouldn't say easy because Korea and Czech, and then Africa. If we would have versed Africa on the second or third game, it would have been easy claps. But because it's the first game, it's a rematch of the World Cup in what, 2010. It's gonna be a really good game. I feel like very physical, very entertaining. But it's the opener. It's the opener in the Estadio Azteca. We're not losing that game. So, boom, we beat Africa. I feel like Korea is going to be our hardest opponent. We're going to beat them. That said, Korea being our hardest opponent, I do think Korea is going to end up in second place. Very, very organized team. Very, very dynamic. And then I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to Czech and leave South Africa last. And I will say Czech will qualify to the round of, what is it, 32? as one of the best third place teams. Anyways, all right, moving on to Group B. Group B, we have Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland. I want to give Canada the benefit of the doubt, but I honestly don't know. Canada is just Canada, you know? They do have top top tier players like Alfonso Davies. Just to mention one. I know there's a couple other ones. I'm gonna just give them the benefit of the doubt. Put them first. I'll put Switzerland second, Qatar third, and Bosnia third. Not waste too much time on that group. Not much to say about that group. Um, Pretty boring group. Yeah. Moving on to Group C. Now here is where things start to get a little bit interesting. Not gonna lie. So Brazil got a Neymar that's not in his prime anymore. They got a Vinny. They got a Vinny Jr. that when he wants to cook, man's cooks. But he be ghosting too. So they got a Vinny Jr. that be ghosting or cooking. You never know which one you're gonna get. You got a Neymar Jr. That's Neymar Jr. He can bring out the magic any second, but he's not in his prime no more. But at the end of the day, Brazil is Brazil. We're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and put them first. Morocco has proven a few times now in different tournaments that they are definitely someone to be reckoned with. 100%. I'm going to go ahead and put Morocco second. I'm going to go ahead and put Scotland third. That means Haiti would be fourth. That's my Group C right there. Moving on to Group D. USA, Turkey, right? Yeah. USA, Turkey, Australia, and Paraguay. In this group, I am not going to give USA the benefit of the doubt. I'm not. And I'm actually going to give the first place to Turkey. Just 'cause. But USA will come in a close second. As I was saying before we got rudely interrupted, I will give USA the second spot of their group. Every time I think about Australia in the World Cup, I just think about that one banger that one player scored. I'm sorry, I don't know the names. So just for that, I'm going to put Australia third. That means Paraguay would be my fourth place, unfortunately, on that. Moving on to Group E, we got Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. This one, the first two spots are very straightforward for me. It would be Germany first place, Ecuador second place, and then Ivory Coast or Curacao. Fuck it, let's just put Curacao third. Why not? Ivory Coast would be fourth. Moving on to Group F. God damn. Before we were rudely interrupted for the second time, we got Group F. Group F for me is definitely, in my opinion, one of the hardest groups. The group of death, if you may. I feel like it's hard calling one of the groups this year the group of death because of the new World Cup format, because of all the teams that got in. A lot of third place teams are going to be like advancing to the next round. So I feel like for it to be the group of death, you need 4 teams that are very even, And this one almost got it. I feel like this is one of the hardest groups for sure. But in my humble opinion, I feel like it's literally going to be the order that these groups are in. I I think so. Netherlands is just Netherlands. Japan, a very composed, organized, dynamic team. Second, Sweden has done um, pretty decent runs in World Cup in the past years, and then how do you pronounce that name? Tunis. Um, Unfortunately, that would be my fourth place. Moving on to Group G. This one, another one. I feel like this one is going to what's it called? This one is gonna end up the way that they're set up in already. Belgium in my first, Egypt in my second, Iran in my third, and that would leave New Zealand last. Unfortunately, yeah, that's my Group G, for sure, for sure. This one, Group H, huh? Group H, we got one of the, in my opinion, World Cup contenders, which is Spain. We got one of the World Cup contenders, which is Spain. They have a stacked team this year. Very, very talented players on that squad. There's Uruguay that has won the World Cup, so they know what's up. And then we got Saudi Arabia and who? Saudi Arabia and Cabo Verde. This one is another group that's pretty straightforward in my opinion. I would definitely put Spain first, Uruguay second, Saudi Arabia third, and Cabo Verde would be my fourth. Group I. Yeesh. I'm not gonna waste too much time on this one. I feel like it's gonna be a fun group to watch for sure. I'm gonna go with France, Norway, Senegal, and Iraq would be my fourth. Yeah, we're flying through some of these. Or the group they gave Argentina is insane. I know it has nothing to do with Argentina, no shade to them, but this is insane, bruh. I'm gonna go Argentina first, obviously. I'm gonna go Austria second, Algeria third, and Jordan. Jordan would be last. Group K has one of the, in my opinion, one of the most, not the most, but one of the most interesting um, group stage matches, in my opinion, which is going to be Portugal and Colombia. These two selecciones, goddamn, bro, this mask is so tight, bro. It's itching me. Oh my god. That's strike three, bruh. Next one, I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. Alright, yeah, so as I was saying, I was about to pick my shits, right? I hope. I'm going to leave Portugal number one. Portugal and Colombia, in my opinion, they're gonna go far in this World Cup. But I will give the edge to Portugal. I don't know if it's because it's El Bicho's last World Cup, or actually because of the team they got, which is a very, very, very strong team this year. But I'm gonna give the edge to them. I'm gonna go Portugal first place, Colombia second place, and damn, who do I put third place? We got Congo and Uzbekistan. Congo or Uzbekistan. I'm gonna go Uzbekistan third and Congo last. So that's my group K right there. Yeah, I like that. Then we got Group L. Group L, because of the third place, like the third place thing going on in this World Cup, where is the best third place team that's can go through to the next round. I feel like Group L is another very very interesting group. England, I don't know what they have in mind. I know, and what's that coach's name? Is it Luis Enrique? Or yeah, I think it is. Um, Luis Enrique has proven that you do not need the best players in the world or the best player in the world to win championships. He demonstrated it with Mbappe at PSG, and so maybe England's coach, they got a system going on, and maybe the players they left out, like Phil Foden, Trent Alexander, Trent Alexander Arnold, maybe they just didn't fit the system. And soccer, football, is a team is a team sport. So if you have a system that you know is going to work, and the best player doesn't fit it, maybe you will be better off without that player. So maybe they did have a point leaving those players out. There's only one way to find out, and we're about to find out very very soon if he made the right choice or not. Croatia is another one of those selecciones that you don't think much about, but holy have they proven over and over again that they are a very 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 strong team, and they always, recently at least, done very very good in World Cups. That's gonna be, in my opinion, that's gonna be a good fight for first place. But just because, I will give it to England, just because. Then I would have Croatia. Ghana and Panama will fight hard to have that third spot, because I feel like this group will have one of the best ending third place teams and will advance. So I that's why I feel like this group is going to be so interesting to watch, because whoever ends up in third place, whether it be Ghana or Panama, in my opinion, they will advance to the next round. But unfortunately for my Latinos, I will give it to Ghana. Oh, we're done. We're done. We're done. That was the last group. Continue. Okay. Now we're picking the best. See what I'm saying, bruh? How many teams are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 teams. Out of 12 third place teams, 8 teams will advance. This World Cup is very, very, very different from all the other World Cups we've had in the past years. You actually have to do pretty cheeks to be left out of the round of what is it, 32? To not qualify for the next round, you gotta be pretty cheeks at this World Cup, because damn, that is a big opportunity. I'm gonna just go in order. I'm not even gonna try to be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the best third place team, because that's just too complicated. So I'm gonna just go down in order and select which ones I think for sure will pass, and then if I don't get the 8, then I'm gonna go back and see. Senegal is going through. Sweden is going through. Czechia is going through. Scotland is going through. Ghana is going through. How many did I select? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 3 more. Fuck. Damn. Damn. Something is telling me. Damn, my phone froze. Something is telling me Saudi Arabia will go through. I need 2 more. Let's go Iran and Australia. Yeah. These are my best third places going through. Senegal, Iran, Australia, Sweden, Czechia, Scotland, Saudi Arabia, Ghana, and unfortunately, that will be the end of the tournament for Algeria, Uzbekistan, Qatar, and Curacao. Now we're gonna pick the knockouts. Bet. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. This is where it starts getting good as fuck, bruh. Germany and Scotland. Germany and Scotland. I am gonna give it to Germany. Not much to say there. Australia and France. Damn. Not much to say there either. Giving it to France. South Korea or Switzerland? I feel like very, very, very interesting match. We will give it to South Korea though. Netherlands and Morocco. Hold on. Hold on. This is where, oh shit. This is where it starts getting good. In Monterrey, Mexico, Monday, June 29th. Very, very, very good match. Netherlands and Morocco. Holy fuck. You know what? I will say if Morocco plays their best game, they can and will knock out Netherlands. But they have to play their best game. They have to play their best game. Netherlands, for being Netherlands, I feel like they have the edge over Morocco. And I will give it to them because I feel like Morocco would have to play a near perfect match. I will give it to Netherlands. In Toronto, Colombia versus Croatia. Yo, if y'all don't think this is going to be a crazy match, y'all are tripping. Crazy, crazy match. Damn. Like I said, Croatia has proven to be a very, very, very hard competitive team. But the quality and the moment some of these Colombian players are living currently, I have to give it to Colombia. Just because of that offensive power they have. And they're very, very strong defensively too. I'm gonna give it to Colombia. Very, very hard match. Spain and Austria. I'm gonna give it to Spain. Not much to say there. Turkey and Sweden. Holy fuck. Hard match. Not gonna lie. But I'm gonna have to give it to Arda Güler. I'm gonna have to give it to Turkey. Belgium and Czechia. I think this will be a very, very interesting match to watch. I will give it to Belgium though. I will give it to Belgium. God damn this mask. In Houston, Brazil, Japan. Very interesting match. Japan, very organized, very dynamic. Brazil, jogo bonito. And jogo bonito. And we're going to give it to jogo bonito. That is not going to be the end of the road for Brazil. I just don't see that happening. I don't think Brazil is going to have a crazy good World Cup. I will get that. I will put that out there right now. But the first knockout stage is not going to be the end of their journey. Unfortunately, it will be for Japan, giving it to Brazil. Damn. Ecuador, Norway. I know y'all are like, oh my god, this is a no-brainer. No-brainer. A no... Oh shit, my camera's about to die. Does that count as an interruption? Should I crash out right now? I don't know. I think I'm gonna crash out. Okay, as I was saying, Ecuador, Norway. I know a lot of you probably think this is a no-brainer. But if you know the players that are if you know some of the players that are on that Ecuadorian side, Ecuador is a team to reckon with. This is going to be a very, very good match in my opinion. Ecuador can fight for this and possibly win. But I will give the edge to Norway and Holland. Yeah. Mexico City. Tuesday, June 30th. Mexico versus Saudi Arabia. Do we have to remember the banger that Luis Chavez scored on y'all? On them? Do we have to? I think we might have to.
Pero se acerca México. Se va a adelantar Chávez. El tiro libre también recto al arco. Ojo con esta. Atención. Se va a adelantar Chávez. Le entró de zurda.
We'll see if we have to. I'm not saying it's gonna be an easy match, but it is a no-brainer. Mexico will win that game and advance yet another round. England, Senegal. Unfortunately, this will be the end of the road for Senegal, and England will go through. Oh, damn! Of course it's gonna be in Miami, bro. Who made this shit? Argentina versus Uruguay. Just like that. Boom. In Miami. Damn. Electric game. Very, 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 very intense game. Holy fuck. I'm thinking of the players that both of these teams have. Very good game. Damn. But I will have to give it to Argentina. Good game though. Very, very, very fought. Definitely fought to the end. But Argentina will go through. USA and Egypt. We'll give USA the benefit of the doubt. USA advance. Canada, Iran. I think Canada can pull this off. Canada can pull this off and will pull this off. They just have more talent than the Iranian side. That's just what it is. Canada advances. And then Portugal, Ghana. Unfortunately, this will be the end of the road for Ghana. Portugal will advance to the next round. Boom. Oh my god. Round of 16. This is where shit starts to get good. Good. Okay. Round of 16. First, we got Germany, France in Philadelphia. Germany, France. That's a game right there. That's a game to watch. That's a game you can't miss. But I do feel like France just has too much talent. Damn, but Germany? Fuck. Good game. Good game, but I will give it to France. I will give it to France. South Korea versus Netherlands. Who did Netherlands verse before them? Morocco. I feel like if Netherlands beat Morocco to get to this stage, it will be a good game. Not easy at all, but I will give it to Netherlands. And unfortunately, that's the end of the road for Heung-min Son. His last World Cup too, by the way. Damn. That we said bye to a big player. Damn, I think we said bye to Mo Salah a couple stages ago. Fuck. Damn. Sad World Cup. A lot of big names are leaving. A su madre. Colombia, Spain. If this was any other time, I would even say Colombia was advancing. But this year, I do see Spain as World Cup contenders. So, holy fuck, this might be one of the best matches. This might be one of the best matches the whole tournament. But I will give it to Spain slightly. Yeah, one of the best European sides versus one of the best South American sides. I'm gonna give it to Spain. Unfortunately, that's the end of the road for Colombia. Turkey, Belgium. I don't know what to say here, but I'm gonna just give it to Belgium. Brazil, Norway. This one is gonna be good. This one I feel like is gonna be very, very, very good. But again, I do not see Brazil getting out in the round of 16, and Brazil will be advancing and leaving Norway and Holland at the round of 16. Mexico, England, round of 16. I know y'all see me wearing the shirt. I know y'all see me wearing the mask. I promise I'm gonna be completely unbiased. I'm gonna be completely transparent, completely honest. For a lot of you, this is probably a no-brainer. England advancing. But let's be honest for a second. There's not many countries, if any country, that is more passionate about soccer than Mexico. There's not many countries that are more passionate about soccer than Mexico. This game will be played on Sunday, July 5th in El Estadio Azteca, the historic Estadio Azteca, which is very, very high above sea level. Very, very hot, humid. In their home soil, with their home crowd, in that terrifying stadium, against an England team that will be playing, if I'm not mistaken, all of their previous matches in the United States. So they would have to go from the United States, from the weather here, from all that, to play in Mexico with a higher elevation, hotter, probably going to be during the day, against the Mexico team that, in my opinion, will reach the round of 16s being undefeated. England, and tell me I'm lying. England is not... Es pecho frío. England is pecho frío. They're a selección that maybe isn't known for bottling, but holy fuck do they struggle Do they struggle sometimes when they're not supposed to struggle? Even with all their stars even with all the stars that they have on that team, they be struggling. Just remember the last Euros, bro. If it wasn't for Jude Bellingham literally doing masterclass things, they would have been out. They wouldn't have made it as far as they made it. They had to rely on miracle last minute goals, literally chilena from Jude Bellingham, against teams that they should have easily beat. And you're telling me they're gonna come to Mexico City on a World Cup stage and beat Mexico in the round of 16s? They're not. They're not going to. No bias shit. I'm giving this game to Mexico. One of the best games. I promise y'all, one of the best games there will be in this World Cup. And I am honestly gonna give it to Mexico. I don't see England knocking us out in the round of 16 in El Estadio Azteca. It's not happening. Mexico do go through. Mexico go through. Argentina, USA. Yeah, that's definitely the end of the dream for USA. I'm sorry. That's the end of the dream for USA. Argentina got that. Canada, Portugal. Damn. And with that game, that is both two host countries getting knocked out. The only host country left will be Mexico by the end of the round of 16s, because Portugal will take this game. On to the quarterfinals. France versus Netherlands. France versus Netherlands. Damn, France already knocked out Germany. Okay. Netherlands knocked out. Okay. I feel like this is going to be a pretty good game. But France's star power, France's squad is just... It's France, bro. It's France. They're literally overpowered. They're overpowered. They're taking this game. Spain, Belgium. I think Spain low-key got this game kind of easy. Not much to say. Spain got that one. Holy fuck. Brazil. Let's leave Brazil, Mexico for the... Oh, shit. Bro. Literally, if y'all think back to the past World Cups, these two games might be the games of the World Cup. Like, fuck the final. These two games right here. Especially that last one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm Mexican and I support my national team with everything, but that Argentina Portugal in the quarterfinals is insane. Let's go. Let's go in order. Brazil, Mexico in Miami, Saturday, July 11th, quarterfinals. First time Mexico would reach the quarterfinals. First or second time, but I wasn't alive the first time they did that shit. So, let's say first time. First time Mexico ever reached the quarterfinals, and it would be against Brazil. Again, I'm not gonna be biased. I swear to y'all. I know, bro. Y'all are looking at this and telling me, oh yeah, bro, this dude is delusional. Mexico would have been out, not even past their fucking group, whatever. But if Mexico makes it to the quarterfinals, beating England in the round of 16, I don't care what team you are, you gotta watch out. 'Cause prove me wrong. Mexico against... I'm not being disrespectful, but Mexico against smaller countries, smaller teams, they snoop down to their level, and Mexico be playing like ass and barely beating them. Sometimes they do fuck on them. Like their last game, they won 5-1. Okay, as you should. But Mexico usually be snooping down to their level. But when Mexico plays big teams on big stages, tell me when Mexico Not that Mexico has won and knocked big teams out, but tell me when Mexico has made a fool out of themselves and the other team beats them with ease. Never. Right? Never. Last time Mexico versus Argentina in a World Cup, if I'm not mistaken, they ended up losing 2-0 to Argentina. 2-0 to Argentina, which by the way Messi scored in that game. Last time Mexico versus Portugal in a big stage, they tied 2-2 or 3-3. I don't remember, but they tied to Portugal with a more young in his more prime time Cristiano Ronaldo. Last time Mexico and Brazil faced in a World Cup, it was at the 2014 Brazil World Cup. Mexico went into their home and gave a partidazo. I know y'all remember that Ochoa performance and the whole national team. Honestly, bruh, it was a hell of a game, and they tied to a Brazil who still had Marcelo, who had a more in his prime, if not his prime, Neymar Jr., and a bunch of other players, and Mexico went out of there with a draw. No bias shit. Like I said before, a lot of Brazil's main players are not in their prime no more. And the ones that they either have a sleeper of a game or they have a great game. I'm saying this right now. I feel like Mexico is one of the few teams that doesn't depend on one player. Brazil, I'm not saying they depend on one player, but I feel like they do depend more on individual attributes at times to get the job done. So, to be honest, as of right now, before the World Cup starts, I'm saying this game right here, Brazil-Mexico, round of 16th, quarterfinals, is a coin flip in the air. I feel like it's a 50-50. It's going to go either way. Since it's a 50-50, I just explained myself completely, so I'm not being biased. It's a 50-50 in my opinion. But for the simple fact that I feel like Brazil will depend on Rafinha's, on what's his face? On Vinicius performances, maybe even Neymar and Endrick. And Mexico doesn't really depend on one player, I will give this to Mexico. I am. And Mexico will make it to the semifinals. And I do not think that's crazy to believe. Mexico will knock out Brazil in the quarterfinals unless Brazil play real jogo bonito. Mexico eliminates Brazil. Now, we might have reached the best game in the entire World Cup. Maybe even the best game in our whole generation. Our whole lives, maybe even. The last World Cup of Messi and Ronaldo. And they have a very, very high possibility to verse each other for possibly the last time in the quarterfinals of the World Cup in Kansas City, bruh? Are we dead ass? Kansas City? Can they not change that game, bruh? To New York or Miami or California or even Mexico? Dead ass, bruh. Kansas City? Whatever. I'm not gonna get too deep into this because a lot of y'all be taking Messi and Ronaldo too deep, and I'm not trying to get any hate. The only thing I'm going to say is that this is going to be a very, very, very good game for many reasons. But in my humble opinion, from what I know, from what I see, I do believe, I do think that a lot of the main guys for Argentina are on the older side now. But hold on. Sometimes age isn't a problem. Cristiano Ronaldo is a great example. Man's is what, 40, 41? And look at him. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the speed isn't the same. But if you give him a head start and you're not super, super fast, you might still not catch him. Even with him being that old. So I'm not saying age is going to play against Argentina. But on the other hand, Portugal is a younger squad, I'm pretty sure. I feel like they would be more hungry to win the World Cup. Not even for Ronaldo, like themselves. They have a lot of world-class players. Portugal might be living their best generation of football in a very, very long time or ever. And the way Portugal, and the players that Portugal have right now, the way they've been playing on their team, they're gonna have it very, very hard against Argentina because of Argentina's experience. Argentina, World Cup Argentina, is a very, very, very strong team to beat always. But this might upset a lot of people, but I don't see Argentina knocking out the current Portugal squad. They have a lot of depth. They have a good defense. They have a very, very good midfield. Maybe the best midfield in the whole tournament. And they have a very good attack. Argentina does as well, but I don't think it's to the extent of Portugal. Even taking out Messi and Ronaldo, there's a difference between the squads right now, and I don't see Argentina knocking Portugal out. I do have Portugal winning that game, but it is going to be very, very close. Portugal advanced to the semifinals. Oh, shit. The semifinals, the first round of semifinals, could have very easily, if things would have worked out differently, been the final for this World Cup. It could have very easily been the final. These two teams are one of my top contenders to take the World Cup home. France is just, they have a lot of talent. What can you say about France? They're a very overpowered team. But with a lot of power comes great responsibility, like they say. And not that France hasn't been able to control that, but certain players, sometimes they'd rather look out for themselves than the team. I'm not gonna say names, but if Spain play with everything they got and they fight till the end, I feel like their team play will be enough to beat France's star power. And Spain will advance to the final. Mexico, Portugal, semifinals. Like I said before, bruh. Like I said before. If Mexico passed the round of 16, I don't care what team you are, you gotta watch out for Mexico.
México campeón del mundo 2026. ¿Por qué sí México puede ser campeón del mundo? Es que, ¿por qué no?
Last time Mexico versed Portugal in a big stage, they ended up tying. Like I said, with a more prime Cristiano Ronaldo than now. The thing is that Portugal is stronger now. And if I'm not being biased, Portugal's depth might be too much for Mexico to handle. And sadly, unfortunately, this is where Mexico's dream ends. The finals of the World Cup. I was dying under that mask. Maybe that's why I'm picking Portugal. But Portugal advanced.
Cuando dicen, ay, ¿qué va a ser el mundial? Oye, yo voy al mundial a ganar el mundial. ¿Por qué no puedo soñar que puedo ganarlo?
Por Dios,
Eso es lo que
Javier, Alemania el grupo lo tiene asegurado.
Imaginémonos cosas chingonas, carajo. Imaginémonos.
And the final, Spain-Portugal. Does anybody really care about that final, bruh? Mexico's out already. Let's just go with. My heart wants to say Cristiano Ronaldo. It's because Portugal has a good-ass team right now. They have a very, very strong team. They have Champions League winners. More than one. Deadass, before I started making this video, I did not think Portugal was going to be my winner. But the way it played out, Portugal might take it home. And then for real, the conversation will never end. Who's the GOAT? Messi or Ronaldo? There you go. That's what I think will happen in this World Cup. Mexico will make it all the way to the semifinals. Believe it or not, come back to this video when it happens. And Portugal will help Cristiano Ronaldo keep the conversation alive of who is the GOAT, Messi or Ronaldo. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Portugal will be the winner of the 2026 World Cup. What a World Cup. Clap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed. And stay tuned for more soccer content coming very, very soon with y'all's favorite Elias and Kevin. Run it back. We're going to run it back and start posting more soccer because the World Cup is starting. It's only right. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.